Okay, so today we're going to be introducing our new module, which is going to go into detail about what character development is. And today I just want to do a brief overview of definitions and then some key elements that we'll talk about as we go on. So some definitions for character development. It is the craft of giving a character personality, depth, and motivations that will propel them throughout the story and throughout the plot. It's essentially how a character evolves throughout the course of the story. So some pretty famous examples of character development. Most characters in literature and in drama all have some sort of character development. So we can see that in TV, in films, and in literature. So some examples are Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. This is one seen both in literature and in film. At the beginning of the movies and the film, or in the books, Scrooge is kind of this mean, stingy character. He has an interaction with a ghost, and then at the end of the story, we see him turn around and he's loving and he's caring for his workers. Another form of character development is group character development. So we can see that in The Hobbit. At the beginning, the hobbits are kind of this carefree, jovial group of people, and then at the end, over the course of the books, they become these warriors who can defeat and overthrow great armies. So we can see their progression from who they were at the beginning of the story to at the end of the story, and that essentially is what character development is. So some key elements that make up character development. There's lots of different elements, but these are some of the ones I just want to hit on today. So you have appearance, speech, and actions. So what does your character look like physically? Are they tall? Are they short? What kind of body build do they have? What race are they? What's their age? All of these things are really going to show the audience more of what the character is like. So race and age are a huge factor to include in your characters. That's going to affect your plot, the type of things that they face, how they face them, things like that. And you just want to have a nice overview of what your character looks like so that as the audience is reading, they can kind of have this mental picture of who your character is, and oftentimes that plays into the types of trials that they face. Speech is also another big one. So there's kind of two different elements to this. What does your character sound like, which kind of goes with their appearance. So do they have an accent? What language do they speak? Do they have like a speech impediment? Is that part of the trials that they're going to face? And then the other element of speech is, what do they say? How do they sound? What kind of point of view is the story written from? So do they have an internal monologue? How do they talk about other people? Again, what point of view is the story written from? That can tell you a lot about the characters, the main character and the side characters. And then are there thoughts and dreams that are revealed to the audience? Are they revealed to the other characters within the story? And then action. So this has a lot to do with your plot points. What does the character do and how do they react? So what type of character are they? Are they the hero in the story or are they the villain in the story? Are they the person bullying other characters or are they the person being bullied? So what do they do for themselves? What do they do for others? And then ultimately what happens to them? So again, this is really integral to your plot, but then you kind of get the freedom to manipulate how your character will react to things, and you can even see this when you're reading books of how does the main character react to a trial, what does that tell you about them, and all these different elements. So these are some just general big picture things to be looking for when you're reading books as well as when you're writing your own characters. What do these just sort of outright things tell you about the character themselves? And then other parts of these elements are direct and indirect statements. So again, this is part of speech and actions. So direct statements is what the character just says about themselves directly. So this can be in speech text, so the speech you read while you're writing, or as you're going through the book of what do they say, what is outright what they say about themselves and about other people. There's other parts a lot of times in literature of monologue writing. So this is kind of where the person, whoever's writing from their point of view, is just kind of spilling out all of their thoughts, what they're thinking about what's going on around them, kind of what they're thinking in their own head. And then we can see what they say about other people. So that a lot of times can either contradict what they're saying to themselves and what they're saying to the audience, but it can also reveal kind of the character of who they are. Are they speaking about other people in a nice tone or in a caring tone, or do they put other people down? Again, that says a lot about who that person is. And then in other people's statements, this is what other characters are saying about the main character. So whether that's in direct speech to the main character or if that's in side comments to other characters. So you can see this a lot if you're walking down the hallway and you hear a side group talking about maybe you, and you hear the things that they're saying about you. What does that tell you about your own character? What does that tell you about other people's perceptions of who you are? This can also be seen in the point of view that is being shared. So if it's first person, you're going to get that main character's thoughts and actions. If it's from a different point of view, how is the speaker representing the main character? What do we get to know from the point of view about the character? So again, those are just some brief things, and we'll go into those in more detail. So types of characters. There's two main types of characters, dynamic and static. A dynamic character is someone who undergoes significant internal change over the course of the story. They learn a lesson and it changes the type of person they are, maybe the personality that they have. It's normal, subtle, and an internal change. So again, this can be over the course of a short period or over a course of an entire series. So for example, Neville Longbottom. At the beginning of the Harry Potter series, he's kind of this quiet background character, kind of quirky, nobody really wants to talk to him, he's kind of an outcast. At the end of this series, we see him being this victor, he's a hero, he's really outspoken, and people are kind of drawn to his leadership roles. A static character is someone who remains unchanged. At the beginning of the story, they are one way. At the end of the story, they are the same way. They'll experience trials, they'll experience different things, but it doesn't change who they are. So another great example is Sherlock Holmes. At the beginning of the series, he's just this very smart, intellectual man, thinks one way. He goes through all these different trials and cases, and at the end, he still is the same way, thinks the same way, views the world the same way. So that's a static character. And then we have some things to kind of avoid as you're reading and as you're writing. These are just kind of some things, you see them all the time. They're easy to pick up in literature because we kind of read them and we're like, I know exactly what that person's going to be like. So these are your stereotype, your cliche, and your stock characters. They're very similar, but they're also very different. So a stereotype is a familiar character who is normally tied to a group identity. So a politician, a cheerleader, or a jock. You hear, oh, she's a cheerleader, you kind of know what type of personality she's going to have kind of grouped into a group identity. A cliche is characters that are overdone and unoriginal. They don't really change from piece to piece in drama and in literature. So, for example, like the rich old lady. She has a set personality. We could take her out of one story and plunk her in another, and she's going to have the same personality. It's just kind of this built-in identity with who she is. And then we have stock characters. They're dramatic or literary characters that just represent a generic type of person. They require little exemplification from the writer. So an evil twin, a cat lady, a bad boy, a housewife. They're just kind of these characters generally in the background or a side character that when an author writes about them, that's kind of their entire personality. The cat lady, she just kind of sits in the corner, hangs out with her cat. You don't really need to add to her personality because it's already written for her. So this was just a brief overview of character development. We'll go into these in more detail. I just wanted you to have these slides, kind of explain some of the things. I'll add this to our IM module in our classroom so you can have access to these slides. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them under the question tab, and we'll go over this more later.